What's up, everyone? So I made this video probably 2 years ago, maybe almost 3 years ago, kind of when I just started this channel. And that is things I wish I knew when I first began. Now being more advanced, now being older, now being, more into the field, in photography and videography, I feel like I can add a couple more things, some things that are more crucial that if you're just starting out, if you're kind of just getting into it, you're not too far into the field yet, that you should look out for and be more careful about. And it'd be interesting to see what you guys have to say below as well. So write that down in the comments as this video goes along. But here's an update to it, I guess a part 2. But here are some more things that you should be more aware of when you're just starting out. So one of the first things I wish I knew when I just started out was that you're not just a photographer. You just don't take photos, and that is a common misconception that a lot of people just get wrong. You are a business person. You're a marketer. You have to sell the heck out of yourself before anything, before you can even take a photo, because if you can't even sell yourself, you can't market yourself, brand yourself, essentially everything, about a business, you're not even going to be able to take a photo because you won't get a paying job. So just know that, you're not just a photographer. You're much more than... One huge thing is actually find a mentor, someone to assist under, someone to work under, someone to second shoot under, because you will learn the business that much better, and you'll learn more than just how to shoot and how to pose and everything. You'll actually learn that business side. So the first thing that I said, when you're more than just a photographer, you'll definitely pick up all the back end stuff, actually some of the more important stuff than just shooting. What do you think your most important skills are? Are they just your shooting skills, or how you set up something? It's actually more or less people skills. I think they're one of the most important things, because you could be the greatest photographer in the world, you can have the best composition, you can have the best light, but if you can't pull emotion, if you can't connect with your subject, it doesn't matter, because it's not going to work. The shoot's going to be awkward, and if you can't even connect with your subject, don't expect your audience to, because it will not work. So the best skills you really have to learn are people skills. Even if you're shy, just go out in public, just start talking to people. I understand it's tough for some people, but you really, really have to. I wasn't the biggest, the most talkative guy ever, but I just started to, and that's what you need to do. Joke around, have fun. Probably the most important skill, at least over shooting. Buying unnecessary gear, lenses, camera bodies, flashes, can not more or less cripple your wallet, but also cripple you. And that's cripple your business, because I'll tell you what, I bought stuff in the beginning that's still on a credit card that I'm just still having a hard time paying off. But you learn that way. Everything is an investment in photography. It's not a cheap hobby. It's not a cheap profession. It's not a cheap amateur thing. You are paying for quality stuff for the most part. But don't buy gear just to buy it, or that you think that it's, going to be a godsend to you. So just keep that in mind. Don't buy gear just to buy it when you just start out, because you hear all these professionals, you hear everyone saying, oh, you need these 2.8 lenses, you need these blah, 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 blah. When you're not ready for it, you're not even shooting for all that stuff yet. And you build into it up to, 4-5 years into shooting. You build up to that gear. But when you're just starting out, you don't need all that gear. Get something basic, get something essential, and just go with it. Whether it be just a body with a kit lens and a prime, 35 or 50 or something like that. So just keep that in mind. You can really, really hurt yourself down the road or up front when you think you need more than you actually do. Market or die. Word of mouth is a really, really huge way, and cheap because it's free, of spreading your brand, spreading your business, and that is by letting clients use your work on Facebook, on their pages, and that way that someone can comment on them and say, or Instagram and say, hey, who took these photos? They're really, really amazing. I like the way they set it up. Boom. Oh, it was Eric. There you go. There's your free advertising, your free promotion. So market or die. Word of mouth is really, really key to a photography business, because if someone likes your work one way, they'll spread it and it'll keep going down the line another. When I first started out, I always thought you either A, had to be a photographer or do something else. You couldn't do two things at one time. And then I realized how stupid that was, and especially to this day, I am not a full-time photographer. I don't shoot 6 to 7 days a week. I shoot a few times a month that I compensate myself for, and it does pay, but I am not a full 100% shooter right now, because one, I can't afford it to, and two, I kind of work more in the the TV industry as well. But you can have a part-time job. You can have a full-time job and still do photography. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You know, a lot of people think, well, then there's no point. If you can make multiple salaries, if you could do 2 different things, why not? I think that's stupid if you just kind of like, you know, just pigeonhole yourself into thinking, well, you know, oh, I can't do photography full-time. Well, guess what? Not a lot of people can right now. And until you can subsidize yourself just doing photography, don't be stupid. Don't just quit a job 100% if you're not even stable on your feet in the photography game. So just keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to have a part-time or a full-time job. I mean, at that point, it just becomes common sense. Don't be afraid. And to round it out, do not be afraid to ask for freaking money. You know, that's the thing where it's just like, I'm afraid to ask for, you know, $1,000 for this job, or $300 for this job, or $20 an hour, or whatever you're doing. You know, don't be afraid to ask for money. Don't be afraid to get compensated for your value, for your editing, for your shooting, for your style, all that kind of stuff. It really, really adds up. And that's one thing you're going to have to really get over, is that fear. I think people skills and asking for your value, what you think your time is worth, is 2 of the most important things to get over in the photography and the videography freelance industry. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Thanks for watching this video. If you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. I put out 4 to 5 videos a week. And I want to hear what you guys say down in the comments below. What are some things you wish you knew starting out? And especially, you know, it's kind of interesting. I look back on my video from 2 years ago and to now, what else did I learn? And it's almost kind of night and day, just different, more in depth. So what else do you guys want to add? Write that down below. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Keep an eye out.